Has anything ever happened to you that made you wonder if your life was a movie or if someone was writing this or something? Something happened to me this week and it really made me ask that question. You know what's funny about this whole it wondering if my life is a movie? You're talking to someone, or you're listening to someone, watching someone who wants to be in the movies and wants to be on TV. Whole other thing. If you watched a few videos back, and even I think last year too, I've done a couple videos about my biological father. And that relationship is definitely strained, not too negatively as in like we don't talk. We definitely don't talk more than like a few times a year. That is partially of my own design because read my book, read Liberated from the Hill. Um, order it, order it from my website. I'll send you a signed copy. Anywho, we haven't talked in a while. I've only seen him once in 30 years, in about 30 years. And the one time I saw him, it was at my mother's funeral. And he didn't handle that well, or he handled it the best way he could. For me, it was just a bit too much. He was really trying to reconnect too quickly. And my stepfather was there. My stepfather was the love of my life. So he just pushed a little too hard. And thankfully, when I spoke with him later, he respected that. And so we've talked only a few times a year. There have been a couple years where we've only talked maybe twice in a year, because I don't know what I can take, right? Well, my sister called, and I can't remember if this is in the video from a few weeks ago, but my sister called and told me that we were just talking about him. And she has a much closer relationship with him, has always had that. And she was just saying, you should really reach out. Tried to call, no answer. He called, I was busy, so we missed each other. Something told me to send him a birthday card, which I did. I sent him a birthday card early on in October, not expecting anything back, not really even wanting anything back. It really was just so I could say to God, listen, look, I honored my mother and father, like you said. But I did send the birthday card. Then this week, I went to the post office and opened my post office box, and there were two cards from him. Uh, I've never received anything in the mail from my biological father, ever. I'm 48 years old. Never received anything. But I'm sure he saw my return address and sent me the cards. So when I saw his name in the return address, I was like, oh, kind of threw me. And there were two. What is this? And I opened them, and they were Christmas cards. Christmas cards. And I just dropped one. Oh, hold on. So I said, okay, this is cool. What I realized though, and I'm trying to speed through this, what I realized is when I opened them, they were very old. They were just, they're kind of, this one is white. They were just old. You could tell that they were older. And he wrote in one of them, he wrote, I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting on you, Lord. Which came off as he has been praying to reconnect. Okay. And then in this one, he wrote, God is still in charge, baby. I don't know. It kind of threw me. It threw me for that entire day because I went to the post office that morning and I came in and I prayed about it. And it was so funny because I went back to the car and I wanted to call someone to talk it through. And so I called two people, no answer. And God was like, they're not going to answer because you need to talk to me first. And I was like, Not because I don't want to talk to God, but sometimes it's just like I need to talk it through. Like, can I get somebody? Anywho, I came in and that I realized that I may be afraid to face this part of me. You know what? I'm going to make this short. Here's what it ended up leading to. It ended up to me leading to buying a plane ticket to fly back to the Carolinas for Christmas, which I haven't done in 15 years. I haven't been home for Christmas in 15 years. And I'm going to go ahead and see about visiting my father for Christmas, which I have not spent a Christmas with my father since I was 5. I don't even know what that looks like. But I do know that my father is he's older, in his 80s, and I've got questions that probably need to be answered. And I did get through to one person that I tried to call, my Charlotte mom, and one of the things she said was, you don't want to get the phone call that he's gone and have regret. You don't want that. And so I'm going to reach out, and I already bought the ticket. It was hard to do, but I did buy the ticket. And then I'm going to call him and say, hey, what are you doing for Christmas? This should be interesting.